How are you today?
I'm fine.
Good. It's good to see you.
You too, Miss Mitchell.
Yeah. So I know you wanted to come down and talk to me about a couple things, and you have this period free, so we're good. I did want to remind you about confidentiality. We talked about that before, and that means that you know that anything that we talk about stays between us. It doesn't go out of this room unless you tell me that you're going to hurt yourself or hurt somebody else or that someone's hurting you. Okay?
Okay.
You understand that?
Yep.
Okay, great. So what's going on today?
Okay, I'm graduating in a couple weeks, and I'm nervous about going off by myself because I've never lived by myself before. I've always lived with my grandma, so she's always done everything for me. So I'm scared of failure, basically. Like I'm gonna be broke, be poor, have to depend on somebody else. I don't want that.
So basically, I hear you saying you're getting ready to have some big changes, and you're really nervous about them. What are some plans that you've talked to your parents about as far as graduation? You talked about getting your own place.
Yeah.
Are they going to help you with that, or
Yeah.
is that
Well,
something?
my grandma told me that as long as I'm in school, she would help me with my apartment for the first couple months. But after that, I'm gonna have to do everything on my own. And my thing is, I don't want to be so focused on work that I'm not focused on school and end up having to drop out and everything.
Right. And what are you going to school for?
Dental.
Dental. Okay. And where are you going to school?
Ohio State, Newark.
Okay. And you excited about that?
Yeah. I'm nervous too, just because it's not going to be like high school.
Okay. Tell me what you think it's going to be like.
Well, I think I'm going to be there with a whole bunch of grown people. See, I'm not really a people person, so I'm probably really not going to talk to anybody just because I want to stay focused, but it's going to be really stressful.
Yeah. Okay. I could see that. I could see that. Well, let me ask you this. First, you're getting ready to graduate. So how is that going? Is everything in line for graduation?
Yeah.
Pretty much?
Yeah.
Everything's going good with that?
Mhm.
And then right after graduation, you said you're getting an apartment? Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I've been looking at them. I think I found one. It's kind of cheap, but I think I'm gonna have to get a roommate to make sure that my rent and everything will be paid every month, so I won't get evicted or anything like that. But I'm scared that if I get a roommate, they won't pay their half of the rent and we'll still get evicted.
All right. And are you working?
No, not currently.
Okay. Are you planning on getting a
Yes,
job?
I'm looking for a job, but it's really hard because all the old people have the job, so they're not hiring me.
Right. So what I hear you saying is that you have a lot going on first, transitioning from high school to college, to being on your own, to paying your own bills, still looking for a job. That's a whole lot. That's a whole lot. So tell me, what are some things you do to manage like all that? Like what are some things you have in place to manage that? Like you have support?
Oh yeah, like you and my grandma and my parents and I mean like my immediate family, but that's it.
That's it. So let me ask you this. On a scale from 1 to 10, how stressful would you say juggling all that is?
10.
10, so totally stressful.
Totally stressful. I could
Okay.
just fall out right now.
Like, do you sleep? You having problems sleeping, or it's just when you wake up and?
Yeah, it's just when I like have to think about it. It's just really stressful.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this: if there was something that could be done to make it a little less stressful, what do you think would help you to make it go from maybe a 10 to maybe a 9? Like your stress level's a 10, you're real stressed. What's something that would help you get it to a 9? Let's just say maybe more money, maybe finding a job.
Yeah, maybe if I had a job now and I was able to save my money. Okay, because I have a date. I want to move out by September 1st, and it's already about to be July, and I still don't have a job, so I think I'm gonna have to push my date back a little longer because I want to be able to save my money so that if my grandma doesn't have it or if whoever doesn't have the money to help me pay for it, I could just do it by myself. And since I don't have a job right now, it's kind of stressing me out.
Right. And you said you're looking for a job. So where are you looking at?
Everywhere. I've applied malls, but I'm even trying fast food again, and I don't like working fast food. A daycare center. I think that's what I've been trying so far.
Okay. What would you like to do if you could have your choice of jobs?
Probably a call center or something like that.
Well, tell me again, what's your school schedule going to be like when you get to college?
I'm not sure yet. I know I don't want to have like classes every day. I want to do like an every other day type of thing, so that the days that I don't have school, I can work longer hours and then still be able to study and keep focused.
Okay, makes a lot of sense. Let me ask you this: in high school, was it stressful at times with your work?
Yeah.
And stuff like that?
Yeah.
What were some of the things that you did in high school to manage stress and work and school all at the same time? So what were some things that you put in place?
Well, when I was working and going to school at the same time, I just cut back on my work hours. I only worked like 3 days a week and weekends so that I could focus more on school. I was able to get one-on-one help with my teachers though, and that's another thing that I'm worried about because in college you're going to have so many students in the classroom. You're not going to be able to have that connection with your teachers like how you have in high school because there's so many of you and your professors expect you to be able to do stuff on your own. I'm going to be, oh my God, I'm going to fail. Oh my God.
Let me ask, you're enrolled in school already, in college already?
Mm-hmm.
Have you talked to the admissions office about how many students are in a class? Do you know how many?
No, I'm supposed to do all that at my orientation. Well, I didn't go to my last orientation, but my orientation that's coming up is July 14th, I think. So then I'll get to walk around and see how everything's going to be. They said that I might be able to talk to a couple of my professors if they're doing like their summer classes and stuff like that. So I should be able to find out then.
Okay. So a smaller class may help with more attention, which may relax you a little bit as far as being nervous. Maybe that's something that you can check into, is just class size. They may be even able to tell you that if you just call them about how many students is per instructor in the class. So that will help. Okay, so I heard you say one of the ways that you coped in high school with stress was you cut back on your work hours. So if you're going to be in school, you said during the day, what would you like to work if you could have your ideal work schedule?
Well, okay, I want my classes to be like morning classes, so from like the earliest class that they have to about 12. So then I'll be able to go to work from like 3 to 9 maybe. That's why I said a call center job because usually call center jobs, they stop at 10:30, 10:30.
Okay. Well, sounds like you have a plan.
Yeah, kind of.
Just putting it in place.
Yeah.
It's a little stressful. Well, let me ask you this. This is going to be like a funny question, I know. But let's just say that you went home, you went to sleep tonight, and while you were asleep, a miracle happened. And things could be different. How do you see things being different if it was just a miracle? What would you, how would that look? Like ideally, let's just say the ideal schedule, the ideal everything. What would, if it could have any miracle that you wanted, what would that look like? How would things be tomorrow?
Well, I wouldn't be stressed out about school, first of all. I wouldn't have to take out student loans or anything like that. I wouldn't have to worry about anything that I'm worrying about now. Basically, everything will be paid for, everything will be set in place. I would know that I'm going to school, I'm going to finish school. I'm not going to have to stress out. I'm not going to be stressed out about school like I am now. Oh, I wish a miracle could happen.
Yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice. But there are some things that you could probably do to relieve some of the stress. So on a scale from 1 to 10, you said you were totally stressed at 10, and you said to get that to a 9. What again did you say would help get that to a 9? To make your stress be a little less?
Getting a job and getting everything together now before the time comes.
Right, and which is kind of what you're working on right now, right, is getting a job. So, and you said you're applying at fast food places and nursing homes?
No, fast food, the mall, like everywhere at the mall, a daycare center, and I'm about to do call centers.
Okay, good. And you're going to call the school too also and see about
the classroom
classes.
Yeah.
That will help too. Okay. Well, it sounds like you have a whole lot going on because you seem to be very upbeat and excited. Are you excited about school?
Yeah, I'm excited. Well, I'm just ready to get it over with because I really don't like school.
Oh, okay.
I just want to start my career and be rich and successful and go live in Miami on the beach and not have to worry about anything.
That sounds nice. What are you going to take in school?
I haven't decided.
Okay, so you're not sure what your major is going to be in school yet?
No. I mean, I think I want to go for dental, but maybe nursing. Anything in the medical field, a lot of people are telling me it's good though.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So tell me a little bit more about the apartment and the roommate thing. Are you looking for a roommate? Do you have a roommate?
Okay, I think I want my roommate to be my best friend, but a lot of people tell me don't room with your best friend. And I don't know why. Like, I don't understand it because it's my best friend. And I basically lived with her over the summer. She comes over every day. I go over her house. It's not like we don't really argue or anything like that, but I was talking to my stepmom, and she was just like, living with your best friend is the worst thing that you could do. Because in the end, you're not going to be best friends anymore. I don't understand why.
Okay. Okay. I could see, I could see how that would be a concern for your stepmom. So, well, if you didn't have a roommate and you had to pay all the bills on your own, you said that was a concern of yours. What, have you did any kind of budgeting to see if you could afford or what your money would be like?
Well, the apartment that I want to get a 2-bedroom, and I'm probably not going to be able to pay for that on my own. So, I mean, I'll probably just have to go down to 1-bedroom, which isn't that big of a deal, but I just didn't want anything that small.
Right, a little bit more space.
Yeah.
Okay. I know we have some programs on the computer where you can do like a mock budget. Have you done any of that yet here at school?
No.
I know that's something that we can do. So if you're interested, you can come back next week. Come down here next week, and we can do some mock budgets and kind of see where you stand with that. Now, have you talked to your best friend about rooming with you?
Yeah, and she's okay with it. Well, she brought it up to me. That's why I'm so keen on it. But yeah, she brought it up to me. But she doesn't want to live where I want to live. Like, I want to live in somewhere close to where I am now. So if anything happens, I can just go home. And she wants to live in like Polaris, and I don't want to live in Polaris because it's too far and it's too expensive. She's tripping.
Okay. And do you want a roommate, or are you doing it just for money?
Just for money.
Okay.
Because I really don't want to live with anyone, but if I have to, I will.
Okay. Well, I can see how that's stressful. I remember moving out when I was young, and it is very stressful. So I hope all of that works out well for you. So, and you said you have support with your grandma too. And what does she say? How does she think?
She just basically, well, she doesn't want me to live with my best friend because she said it's a bad idea. But she basically said that if as long as I'm in school, she doesn't have a problem with helping me pay my bills and pay my rent and everything like that because she knows I'm gonna be stressed in school. So basically, if I drop out of school and be on my own, can't do that.
No, that's not an option. Okay, so we got school, we got work, we got roommates, we got money, we got all of that. So what are you doing right now to help you cope with all of that?
Trying to find a job. Basically, that's the only thing I can do right now.
Is just look for work.
Mm-hmm.
You said you wanted to be out by September.
Mm-hmm.
And do you have a deadline to be out, or that's your deadline that you're setting?
That's my deadline that I'm setting. Just because I'll be more motivated to if I set my own deadline.
Right. Well, what I would like to do is, again, just some things that I would like for you to do. And I want you to come back so we can do some of that budgeting, that mock budgeting, and kind of see, you can see how much you make to how much you need, and that will maybe help you to determine do you need a roommate or not. And the other thing is to call the school and find out about the classes and how many students per teacher. And you can also see if they offer tutoring or different programs that will help you if you're worried about grades. Okay, so you want to do those two things for me? Okay. Is there anything else that you wanted to talk about?
Alright, look, Miss Mitchell, I gotta tell you something. I think I'm pregnant, which is gonna be even harder on me.
Okay. And you think? So you're not sure?
No. I mean, I'm almost positive I am. It's like, I am. It's, my period hasn't came, and I'm scared to tell my people, like my parents, but I don't know what I'm gonna do if I am. Because I don't want to get an abortion, but I mean, I might have to. If I can't even support myself, how am I going to support a kid?
Okay.
And then the person that I'm pregnant by doesn't even want to go to school for real. So that's going to be super hard on me.
All right. So have you talked to them about this, or?
I haven't talked to the person that I'm pregnant by about it, but I've talked to like his mom and his sister. Those are really the only two people that know though.
Okay. And what about your parents? Do they know?
My mom does. She was pissed. She was mad at first, but I mean, she said that if I am, everything will work everything out.
Okay. So you have support in that area too.
Kind of. The only person I'm worried about is my grandma. Oh, she's gonna kick me out. Seriously, like when I tell her I'm pregnant, she's gonna be like, "Oh no, you gotta go."
So that's
And
September 1st deadline is gonna be
like August 1st.
August 1st. Okay. Okay. Well, on a scale from 1 to 10 on that one.
Oh, I'm like a 20.
You're like a.
It's like past 10.
As stress.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. You mentioned you're not sure what you're gonna do.
Mhm.
And you mentioned an abortion.
Mhm.
So let me ask you this. On a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being I don't want to get an abortion, 10 being I want to get one. Do you know where you fall on that scale?
I'm probably about a 5 just because I don't know what I want to do.
Right.
But if I have to, like I said, I will. Just because I didn't want to have a kid until I got older, started my career, was able to support the kid by myself. I don't want to have to depend on anyone else to take care of my kid because it's my kid. And just because of how stressed I am right now about money and schooling and everything, I'm going to have to depend on other people. And I don't want to. So that's why I said abortion may be the best thing for me.
Okay. And the dad, can you depend on the dad?
No, not at all. Because I do for him.
Okay. Well, I would suggest to give that a lot of thought and talk to your parents. That's a big decision. And have you been to the doctor yet?
I went a couple weeks ago, and they told me to wait to see if my period came. It still hasn't came yet, so I have to make another appointment to go.
Okay. And do you know when you're going to go back?
Well, I'm supposed to get my other birth control shot on the 22nd, so I'll go back on the 22nd and take another test, I guess.
Okay. And they give you the test before they give you the shot? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
So you'll know that. Now, will your mom go with you to that
Yeah.
appointment?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Because you're 18 or getting ready to be 18?
Getting ready to be 18.
Getting ready to be 18.
So I still can go to the doctor by myself.
Okay.
So even if I didn't want her to know, she would still find out on the 22nd. So it didn't matter. So I just told her.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's very good that she knows. Okay. Well, again, we're just going to say if you want to do those two things that we said, again, check with the school about your classes, and definitely get back to the doctor. And I'm glad your mom knows. So at least that part is over. And then when you come back here, I want to know what's going on, if that's okay.
Okay.
Okay. And if there's anything I can do to help, I'm here as well. Okay. It was very nice talking to you.
You too.
Okay. And I'm down here all day, so any day you want to come down.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.